Have you ever noticed that some of the richest people you know don't seem all that bright? It's like they skip the struggle altogether, while the smart ones stay stuck planning, overthinking, and second-guessing. In this video, you'll find out why intelligence might be the very thing keeping you broke, and how so-called dumb people end up stacking millions. If you've ever felt frustrated watching people with fewer skills pass you by, you're about to learn the real reason why. Stick around, because once you see what's really going on, you'll never look at success the same way again. So you know that moment when you're busting your brain trying to do everything right, following the advice, getting the degrees, working the long hours, and then bam, someone you barely remember from high school shows up online flashing cash, running some goofy business, and calling themselves a serial entrepreneur. Yeah, that moment stings. And the first thought that probably pops into your head is, there's no way this guy is smarter than me, because he's not. But somehow, he's winning. And that's where the frustration really kicks in. We've been fed the same story since we were kids. Be smart, work hard, and success will follow. But if you look around, it's kinda obvious that the world didn't get the memo, because being smart doesn't guarantee wealth. In fact, it might just be the thing that's slowing you down. Let me show you what I mean. Growing up, we all had that one kid in class who just got it. Straight A's, knew every answer, teachers loved them. And what did we all assume? That they were destined for greatness. Big jobs, big checks, big life. Fast forward 10 years. And that same kid, probably sitting in an office right now, managing spreadsheets, sipping lukewarm coffee, still waiting for that success to show up. Meanwhile, the guy who used to copy off them during tests, he's running a 7-figure dropshipping brand, filming TikToks in Bali. It's not a fluke, it's a pattern. The truth is, intelligence helps, but it's way overrated when it comes to building wealth. And here's the kicker, smart people often get stuck in their own heads. Overthinking, planning, waiting for the perfect moment. Meanwhile, dumb people, they just start. They mess up. They try again. And eventually, they figure it out. It's like watching someone try to plan the perfect road trip without ever leaving the driveway, while the guy with no map just hops in his car and starts driving. Sure, he takes a few wrong turns, but he's learning as he goes. And guess what? He actually gets somewhere. So here's the real plot twist. Success doesn't come to the smartest person in the room. It comes to the one who's willing to move. And if that sounds a little unfair, well, it kind of is. But the moment you understand why this happens, you can stop playing by the old rules and start playing to win. Okay, so here's where things get spicy. You'd think being smart is a superpower, right? But it can also be a trap. Because when someone grows up being told they're the smart one, they build their whole identity around not messing up. That means they start avoiding anything where they might fail, look dumb, or feel out of control. And that's where the problem starts. Because building wealth, that's messy. It's full of mistakes, awkward launches, bad ideas, failed side hustles, embarrassing moments. And honestly, most smart people can't handle that. They want the blueprint first. They want the guarantees. They want to know it's going to work before they even try. Meanwhile, the dumb guy, he already launched 3 businesses by now. 2 of them flopped. 1 of them made a little cash. But he's learning. He's adapting. He's making moves. Let's put it like this. Imagine 2 people standing in front of a giant maze. At the end, everything they've ever wanted. Wealth, freedom, that beachfront life. One person, let's call them the genius, sits down, pulls out a notebook, and starts sketching the whole maze out, calculating every possible turn, making sure they don't take a wrong step. The other guy, he just shrugs and walks right in. Yeah, he hits a bunch of walls, takes wrong turns, gets frustrated, but eventually, he figures it out. Meanwhile, the genius, still drawing. See the difference? Smart people wait until they're ready. Dumb people figure it out as they go. And you know what's wild? That second guy, the one bumping into walls, he starts to build something. He starts gaining confidence. People start noticing. Opportunities start popping up. Not because he's the best, but because he's in the game. There's this thing called analysis paralysis. Ever heard of it? It's when your brain just spins in circles trying to make the perfect decision, and in the end, you make none. It's the silent killer of dreams. Smart people fall into that trap all the time because deep down, they're terrified that if they do fail, it'll prove they were never smart to begin with. That's the curse. But here's the truth no one talks about. Failing doesn't mean you're dumb. It means you're trying. And the people who actually win, aren't the ones with the most knowledge. They're the ones who keep showing up after they get it wrong, again and again, because action beats intelligence every single time. So, if being the smartest person in the room isn't the secret to getting rich, what is? Well, turns out the people making serious money usually master just two things, and neither of them require a genius IQ. The first one? Execution. Yup, just doing the thing, starting, testing, messing up, fixing it, repeating. See, everyone has ideas. Everyone wants to start a business someday, or write a book, or launch that brand. But most people, they never take it past their own brain. They treat ideas like precious diamonds, when in reality, ideas are everywhere. Cheap, easy, common. What's rare? The person who actually does something with one. Think about it. Amazon wasn't the first online store. Uber didn't invent car rides. Airbnb didn't create vacation rentals. They just executed better than anyone else. And execution isn't about being fearless. It's not even about being confident. It's about doing stuff before you feel ready. Most dumb people aren't overthinking it. They don't sit around for 6 months reading blog posts and comparing logo colors. They just pick something and go. And because they go, they learn faster, build faster, and start winning. But okay, execution alone isn't enough. You need skill number 2 to really win the game, and that's social intelligence. Now hold on, this isn't about being smooth or manipulative or pretending to be someone you're not. Social intelligence means knowing how to connect with people, sell ideas, build trust, get others to believe in what you're doing, even when it's still messy. Let's take Steve Jobs. The guy didn't build the iPhone. He didn't code the software. He wasn't even the best engineer in the room. But he had vision. He could stand on a stage and make the world believe that a tiny device in your pocket would change everything. And because he had that skill, Apple became a trillion-dollar company. It's the same with every successful entrepreneur. They're not always the smartest, but they know how to get people behind them, how to pitch, how to lead, how to make others care. And here's the crazy part. Social intelligence beats technical skill 9 times out of 10 when it comes to wealth. Because you can hire people to build a website. You can outsource design, code, logistics, whatever, but you can't outsource vision, or trust, or relationships. That's on you. So when people say, that guy's dumb, how is he making so much money? It's probably because he knows how to move fast and talk to people. That's it. No PhD required. And the best part? These aren't talents. They're skills. You can build them. You can practice them. You can learn. You don't need to be smarter. You need to be bolder. So now that you've seen how the dumb ones get rich and why the smart ones get stuck, it's time to be brutally honest. If you're still sitting on your ideas, still planning every detail, still waiting to feel ready, then you're the genius at the entrance of the maze, sharpening your pencil while everyone else is halfway to the prize. But it doesn't have to stay that way, because everything changes the moment you stop thinking of intelligence as your superpower and start treating action as the real cheat code. Let's face it, we've all been brainwashed to believe that smart people are automatically successful, that they deserve more, that everything will just fall into place if we just learn enough, plan enough, wait long enough. But the truth, success doesn't reward intelligence. It rewards boldness. And that's the real advantage dumb people have. They don't need to be right. They don't care if they look foolish. They're not obsessed with being perfect. They just try. They throw stuff at the wall. They get feedback. They try again. They keep going. And slowly but surely, they win. Let that sink in. The people winning aren't always the best. They're just the ones still playing the game. So here's what you do now. 3 simple rules that change everything. Rule number 1, stop waiting for clarity. You don't need a 10-year plan, you need a next step. Do one thing that moves you forward. Make the call, buy the domain, post the offer. Whatever it is, just start. The fog clears after you move, not before. because every second you spend trying to figure it out is a second someone else is already building it. Rule number 2, make peace with looking stupid. You will mess up. People might laugh. Your first idea might suck. Good. Let it. Because every successful person has a long trail of cringe-worthy attempts behind them. You don't get to skip that. You earn success by outlasting embarrassment. Think about it. How many wins are you leaving on the table just because you're scared to look wrong? Rule number 3, people first. Always. Ideas don't succeed in a vacuum. They succeed when people care. So stop hiding behind your notes, your endless research, your perfect version of the thing. Talk to people, sell the vision, tell the story. You don't need 10,000 followers to win. You need 5 people who believe in what you're doing. That's it. Build trust, build connection, then build your empire. Because here's the secret no one told you in school. The gap between you and the people winning right now. It's not intelligence, it's not luck, it's not background, it's not who they know. It's motion. They're moving. You're thinking. They're launching. You're tweaking. They're failing forward. You're stuck at the starting line. And the second you flip that switch, when you stop trying to be smart and start trying to be relentless, everything changes. So, no more waiting. This is your permission slip. To be messy, to be loud, to be bold, to look stupid, to get rich anyway. Not because you're a genius, but because you decided to move, while everyone else stayed still. So, what's it going to be? Another video you nod along to, then forget in 10 minutes? Or the one that actually flips the switch in your brain? Because deep down, you know it. It's time to stop admiring success from a distance and start building it. Not tomorrow. Not when your plan is perfect. Not when your fears are gone. Now. And if you take anything from this, let it be this. Success doesn't come to the smartest. It comes to the boldest. To the ones who are willing to move fast, look dumb, fail loud, and keep going anyway. So here's what we want you to do. Pick one idea you've been sitting on. Do one thing about it today, then do another tomorrow. Small steps, repeated daily. That's how you build an unstoppable life. And if you want help, we built Luck's protocol to be that edge. Tools, mindset, direction, everything you need to stop waiting and start building wealth on your own terms. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and tell us in the comments, what's the dumb move you're finally going to make? Because playing it safe never made anyone rich. See you on the next one. This is Luck's Protocol, where bold beats brilliant every time.